Thunder! 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 ThunderCats! Ho!
Welcome back, Bunglers, to our last episode of the summer of ThunderCats Reviews, brought to you by the Radical Retro Rewind podcast. As always, I am your host, Radical Ryan Hunter, here with everyone's favorite brother and mine, David, for another 2 ThunderCats Reviews. Welcome, David.
Well, it's nice to be here. Thank you for having me again. Listen, I'm trying to work this out for when we actually get interviews and we get to go on a show.
That would be amazing.
Thank you for having us again.
It was such a shock to be here once again to do this.
Jimmy, I love being on your show. Thank you.
So, David, we're following up our season finale. This is still new if you're listening for ThunderCats fans. Of course, we have you on the last Friday of every month. We're recording it this week, and it's going live on Friday, so this is as current probably as we get with episodes.
Quickly, Ryan, what's going on in the world right now?
A lot. But I'll tell you what's going on with us. We have another set of B-mail, our Bungler mail.
My source tells me maybe your source.
She even looks older.
How dare you say that to me?
I didn't think Lionel was like that.
I tell you it's true. The information comes from my best source. There's another thing. According to my source,
I did it for the money.
and I paid the money. Are you sure your source is on our side?
You got
Thundercats.
mail.
And keep your foot off that blasted Somoflan.
2 familiar faces, of course. It wouldn't be an episode without lovely Leah and our dear Mitesh and family. Mitesh says, "Hey, my wonderful retro brothers. We have a new addition to our family. We have a thunder puppy ho. And she is beautiful and courageous 12-week-old pup. Uncle Osbert would be so proud of our little Belle. I love that, Mitesh." David he has a pack of animals as well, so...
And I also have dogs.
Yes, 4!
I have a pack of 4 animals. That's my children. No, I'm only kidding. And then I have 4 dogs.
He's got his own Brady Bunch over there, right? You have a whole gang.
I'm a zoologist. I take care of large and small animals.
Our very own Beastmaster here. So, we love that. Welcome, Belle. In Divide and Conquer, by the way, a great title, which they really don't live up to. Vultureman gets one of those voice modulars. I think my daughter Anya had one of those mics, which changed their voice when she was 3 years old. Mitesh, how things have changed. Now you can get a AI voice bot to do this, matter of fact. Now, Vultureman can be a genius. And the T-Cats do get into some sticky situations. Oh, Lord, do they. But they discover the issue way too early. Never mind, there is an episode in Season 2, Episode 11, Catfight, which lives up to the title. Divide and Conquer. No spoilers. Don't worry, Vultureman fans, he does get his day in Super Power Potion episode coming soon to Radical Retro ThunderCats. I love that. Now, Dream Master sees the return of Mumm-Ra, the ever-living voyeur. Once again, he just can't help himself from spying whilst they sleep. Where is Wizra when you need him? Yes, honestly, David, when you hear the word Dream Master, okay, besides Freddy.
I think Freddy. In fact, the movie is called Dream Master. There was Dream Warriors, and then there was Dream Master, and there was, what was her name? Tuesday morning, Glory
Tuesday
night.
No, it's Tuesday night, right?
She has that song. Cue that song, Ryan. running from his nightmare. I actually have it. It's so
yes,
funny.
I bought it from Apple a few years ago too. Like they released it as a single. We didn't get Chitara emptying off her nightstand to go into the mirror, like Dream World, unfortunately. That would have been amazing. There was a lot of fun action, but there isn't any Thunder Coffee in the Thunder Kitchen. That would have solved the issue instantly and freed their sleep spirits too. Thank you once again, Ryan, Ra, and Davo for 2 more great episodes. Lots of love, Matesh and family. And now, Belle Ho. Welcome, Belle.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for sharing that. I truly believe that particularly pets or family members, really, for me, they're here on this planet to teach us unconditional love, because I always say no matter if you're young, old, fat, thin, poor, rich, your dog, your cat always loves you unconditionally. There's no stipulation on their love and loyalty to you. So I truly believe that animals really, particularly our family pets, are there to teach us that. So have fun with Belle.
Just like our ThunderCats episodes, honestly, right? I mean, they teach us something. So, of course, we have lovely Leah. She said, last Friday of the month, my favorite podcasters are back with another pair of brilliant T-Cat episodes. She says, oh my God, woo, go Larry Lion-O, ThunderCats ho, from the land down under. I was so pleased to hear all about your convention, but hopefully Chitara will soon run again. Yes. Lynn, this one goes out to you, Lynn. She says she loves a good bit of Matesh mail and love your reactions to her comments. Thank you, Leah. So, the good, the Mumm-Ra, though not really here, and the ugly. She says, beware of the ugly starships from outer space to steal your episode. Where are the Thunder Kittens? In the dungeon? Hanging out on the washing line like Snarf? Off on an adventure we'll never see, or they fell into a...
Maybe they're playing dice in their bedroom under a blanket because Lion-O gets to go out and they don't.
That was a missed opportunity for them to be awake again in this episode, David. Pure missed opportunity. Reuse that animation. Did they fall into a plot hole the size of a hoverboard? Oh, the terror of potty pitfalls. Oh, poor Tiger, they're throwing him under the hallucinogenic mushrooms on wheels again. But ugly starships from the backside of the universe? Is that where Mumm-Ra is from? Possibly. Poor judgment from our favorite Thunderlord, or worse, Snarf. You're still not Jafar or Jaffa from Stargate, or Jaffa Cakes. Jaffa Cakes. Sounds delicious.
I don't know, but usually everything comes back to food with me.
Tell us, Leah. Java Cakes. You speak like this to be dramatic. Please say this dramatically with lots of long pauses. I hope I lived up to that. Lovely Leah. You ugly monstrosity. Is that really the best you can do in a way of insults? Well, that's true. Snarf. Kaimar, Killamar, Chimera. Wonders what punctuation we'll get from Ryan.
Exactly.
Did I just say punctuation?
Yes, you did. No, it's not the
punctuation.
word.
No.
It's
punctuation.
Pronunciation and punctuation are two different things.
Yeah, punctuation is being on time, right? I'm punctual?
Is that
My God. Leah, why are you doing this to me?
What do you put at the end what do you put at the end of a sentence, Ryan?
Punctuation marks.
Punctuation, like, and there's being punctual, and then there's pronunciation.
Punctuations.
Punctuations. Now you got me saying everything wrong. Punctuation.
Marks, right?
Oh.
Leah, why? So anyway, David's hatred of monologues, inner and outer. He-Man, laughing. To the transfer. Of course, alert for the plot. Oh, rehash those familiar spaceways. Yes, we did have the same spaceship. Who dares wake Mumm-Ra? Someone that wants to look upon his hideous. Work together? Really? How well has it worked for you guys before? Toe beams. It just sounds kind of funny. No, Mumm-Ra, look. It's your failure approaching. Outsource ugliness. Did Mumm-Ra unwrap himself? You gotta love when the ThunderCats outsource their animation animation. They do get particularly ugly. King Kong mummy, yes. The third Earth is mine still. When? Because it's not today. And then take it. Lots of dying sounds. That's from Mumm-Ra. Crawl up that pyramid. Crawl, damn you. That's what Lovely Lee is.
Running up that hill. He's running up that road.
Another brilliant pair of episodes from my favorite brothers. Ryan is working hard on his, pronunciations. I know it's coming up again. I'm so impressed, she says.
Well, that just you just tanked all that.
Until next time. Lovely Leah out. Oh my god, that was perfect timing, Leah. Let's get to the main episodes, please. Can we? God, all right.
Thundercats are coming.
Burger King! Thundercats, please!
Burger King announces Thundercats meal packs. There's 4 of them in all for you to collect and trade. Thundercats! And every week there's an amazing new Thundercats treasure with a flame broiled burger, golden fries, and an ice cold drink. It's a delicious adventure. Thundercats at Burger King! While supplies last.
Thundercats are back now.
We start with episode 55, which aired on December 6th of 1985, Divide and Conquer. I want to note, as well as the clips coming from Leah today, of course we use the ThunderCats Wikipedia for the synopsis, and as of this episode, our wonderful friend Zach supplied us with trivia, which was missing, so thank you so much, Zach, who will be in our September comeback episode of ThunderCats, by the way, everybody. So we are so excited about that as well.
He's got the power. He's got the power.
And Zach, this one's for you. Birds.
All of Etheria, come to Shira.
Speaking of birds, David, Vultureman invents a voice emulator, which imitates the Thundercats' voices. He uses it to lure each of the Thundercats into perilous situations.
What? Perilous
situations. You know, starting next season, Bunglers, David will be taking over.
We're outsourcing. We're going to be outsourcing Ryan's vocals.
I'm telling you, David.
Sort of like J-Lo.
We're using AI, matter of fact, AI over the September break, gather up all of our words, and that was what we'll be hosting this podcast come September. A giant bee attacks Chitara, Tigra, a giant wrestling Tabit, but I have something to say because they call him something else at one point. And the Thunder Kittens are trapped in the vortex. Lion-O does his best to rescue each of the Thundercats from their dangerous situations. And Panthro finally deduces that the cause of the confusion is Vultureman's voice emulator. Panthro turns the tables on the mutants by using the voice emulator to steer them into multiple Sky Cutter nosediver pile-ups. Tiger speaks for all the Thundercats while he reaffirms that they should always rely on communication with one another to try to work collectively against their attackers in the future. Okay, David. Late night, Vultureman makes the first AI voice bot in Castle Plundar.
Let me tell you something that stuck out for me. So he creates this, and he's always thinking. He's the inventor. He's the intellectual, I guess, of the group.
He's me.
And what?
He's me. That's yeah. Intellectuals here.
So the first thing that got me is that Slide sleeps on the floor. Like,
yes.
He uses this to be like, Slide, Mumm-Ra, you will come here to Vultureman's, whatever. He does. I can't do. You do the voice. I can't do that.
Get your ass off the floor.
I almost felt bad for him that he sleeps on the floor. Maybe if he had a good night's sleep, he wouldn't be so nasty.
But could he have just fallen asleep there, maybe doing an activity? Because he goes into Vultureman's laboratory and then puts his feet up on that famous table.
I worked through the night. And now Slide will want to see my voice imitator in action.
Attention! Attention, Slide. This is Mumm-Ra. Report to Vultureman's workshop immediately. Report to Vultureman's workshop immediately. It's Mumm-Ra here. Vultureman, where's Mumm-Ra?
He's not here. You heard my voice imitator. It can imitate Mumm-Ra or anyone.
Nonsense! Don't play tricks.
It's more than a trick, Slide. Let me show you what it can really do.
So he gets there, he says he can use this voice to trap the Thundercats or to use it against the Thundercats. And of course, Slide goes, I'm so happy I thought of this.
Classic.
Yeah, like, it's totally silly. So, one of the things that stuck out to me in this whole episode, everyone is getting a distress call, right? From another Thundercat, because he's manipulating it. At what point do you not call the other Thundercats on that communicator and say, Panthro, Lion-O, Cheetara just told me that she's at the end of the swamp here and she's in trouble. You know,
exactly.
Can you send help or just be on the lookout or whatever the case is? This whole episode for me was an episode that played to the fact. Well, yes, in a way. But for me, the thing is that it was more about proving once again that the camaraderie and their strength in their pack, in their numbers. So that's kind of what it said to me. It said that, you know, divide and conquer, obviously, they are stronger together. We're stronger together.
Because they get along so well, too. They are a well-oiled machine, so...
And one person that might be slow, you have a Cheetara can run fast. You know, Tiger is the architect, and Panthro is the engineer.
Engineer, yeah, he is probably an engineer, honestly.
In a way. So, although I do believe that Tigra is considered engineer too. So, it really just...
And a scientist. He has a lab, so he's like a scientist too. They're multifaceted.
For me, so the big thing about this whole episode was, one, instead of calling for backup or doing their normal... I understand that, like, if someone's called you and says, I'm in trouble, sometimes you react quickly. You're reactive and you're running to save them. And you're not thinking, I should call for help or backup. But at some point, none of them...
Like the Thunder Kittens, right? So they're like literally, they think Tiger's being like killed at this moment because he's like, help, help, help. So that situation, I could see them like going right into it, but you're right. Had they said something like, Lion-O, get here, Tiger's in the vortex, but I guess they're going on pure adrenaline at that point.
Come in, Wily Cat and Kit. I need you at the vortex immediately.
We're right near the vortex.
What are we waiting for?
We can't see you, Tigra.
Come closer. Closer. Help me.
Tigra's in trouble. Come on.
But yes, the moral is that work together. Confirm.
There was that, and I think that when we do the biggest bungler, obviously, we're just going to put it out there, they all bungled because they relied on only themselves. And that's not to say that you shouldn't have an inner strength and rely on yourself, but we know from having seen numerous episodes and seeing the experiences they have that they are stronger together. They complete each other as far as what one's lacking, the other one has, and as a team, they always take down. It's not the fact that they're the strongest; it's that the teamwork and the way of working like a well-oiled machine and fighting as one is the reason why they succeed against these, you know, insurmountable odds.
Beautifully said. And I gotta say, great visuals right off the start of the episode, David. Kit and Kat on the boards. We get all these different trees and sceneries. I mean, it's a classic opening, the Thunder Kittens on the, you know, the hoverboards. But they go to that vortex, and I'm surprised they were able to get even as close as they were, David, because do you remember when Lion-O had to face that in the trials, that it like literally it was sucking so hard that you went in like immediately, if you know what I mean. Chitara, when they get to Chitara, right? Wasn't she doing a suspiciously slow walk for Chitara? Even she was just kind of like strolling like through the woods out of nowhere. So to me, they caught her at the perfect time. She slowed down and literally she gets this snarf call, right? And I got to give it to Vultureman. He even had the snarf down in the imitation. But he says, I'm trapped in a giant beehive, I think. She didn't have to look far because she literally looks up and she's just like, okay, follow the leader. And she goes into the beehive.
Snarf calling Chitara. This is Snarf. Do you read me?
Snarf, where are you?
I'm trapped in a snarf giant beehive, I think.
Hang on, okay? I'll find you. Giant beehive? Aha! Well, follow the leader.
That's another thing. The conveniently wherever they are is where the situation's happening. Are they not aware of where the other ThunderCats are? Is this like an off day, or are they planning stuff like, okay, I'm gonna go check out the mud at the swamp because it could have healing powers or something? You know what I mean? Like, are they doing that, or are they just doing their own thing? And that's why, because it's pretty convenient wherever you are. All of a sudden, you're right near where you need to be to help somebody. How coincidental is that based on the fact? I don't even know. I didn't even think Snarf ventured that far out by himself.
I mean, unless there's food involved, I guess. No, I think, David, maybe to your point as well, could it be just that like we said, every environment in Third Earth is so treacherous that the mutants just happen to stop them there and just like, oh, they're close to this, it's like right there, let's just go there. But yeah, there was something. Although on their day off, now you have me thinking, they spend so much time together that they literally go to separate planes of Third Earth.
Well, Lionel likes to go with his Brokeback Mountain. No, I'm just kidding.
He's still waiting for him. Yes.
He met him in a tree.
That was the best, Monkey. And speaking of Monkey, and I want to take a moment, David. Can we appreciate his shield? That's not only a shield, but it also shoots crap out of the mouth. This shield has been since day one, but it's a little shield and it has like a little monkey in face on it. And I think it's perfect because it protects and it shoots. And they're like, they're shooting at Chitara to keep her in this beehive with this giant bee. Slide says, David, we have her on a sting operation or something like that.
You won't find Snarf in there, Chitara.
Slide?
Looks like we have you caught in a sting operation.
Ooh, how are you with sticky things, David? Because I'll tell you, if I had this happen, I would need to shower immediately. I hate sticky things on my hand. The grooming involved with this would be horrible in the fur.
Yeah, like does she go like supersonic speed so she can the honey just flies off? Or is she licking the honey
she's spinning
off?
Around, you think? She's spinning around, it's like flying off?
Is she doing like the Flash sort of thing, or what?
I hope she doesn't have to lick it off. Come on, everybody. We have to lick Chitara as she spins around with honey flying off her body. God. I'm sure that's a fetish.
Freaky. That sounds a little freaky.
We get to now, David, Tigra, who somehow always manages to end up in a cave in the ground somehow. What is this, his destiny? Dirt.
That's
Dirt
his thing.
Tigra, can you hear me?
Come in, Chitara.
I need help. Getting weaker.
Where are you?
The far side of the swamp.
I'm on my way.
And he's versus, they call it a giant wrestling tabbit, but Lion-O calls it a giantor at one point because he sees it in the Sword of Omens. Tigra is doing well wrestling against that giantor. By the way, did you notice how skinny the giantor's legs were? They look like ostrich legs supporting that giantor body. Wrestling tabbit.
I noticed a mistake that was made. So Tigra, in one of the most manly things he's ever done, it gave me a little twinge of tingle. He grabs the giantor's mace or whatever weapon he's using,
so he had a mace,
and he breaks it over his knee. Did you notice in the next scene with it, he had it back? The weapon, he had it back.
Damn. They're like, no, that really didn't happen, Tigra. I will not let you do that.
I said Tigra manned up and he broke that over his knee. Hot.
That is actually. I've never. Yeah. When does Tigra do something so physical like that?
I don't know, but it worked. But it worked. It worked.
And Lion-O did say he was doing well wrestling against that giant apt. Maybe he knew something we didn't. He's used to doing that, Snarf. It's Friday night for him.
Tigra's in trouble too. But what about Wily Cat and Kit? We can't do it all, Lion-O.
We don't have to. Looks like Tigra can handle his sparring partner.
Let's call Panthro for help.
No, we're almost at the vortex now. Let's get Wily Cat and Kit while we can.
You can't do without me, Lion-O. Wait.
This is where I'm kinda a potential bungler for me, David. Lion-O not warning Panthro about the voice imitator because at this point he saw the twins, Chitara, and Tigra. I think even Snarf said something about, should we warn Panthro? And he says like, no, we're so close. We'll just go ourselves. That is a bungle to me.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with the communicator system. And I can guess who's responsible.
What about the mutants' rainbow beam that?
You know what I wrote about that because I was thinking about that. The path glider. I said, what is this? Thor and Asgard?
Yes, it's like a beam, right? A rainbow beam that comes out.
He'll save us some time. Activate the glide path.
I just love that it just goes off the tip and then it can be bent and bowed down.
The rainbow tip. God help us, these mutants. Panthro decides, like the synopsis says, he thinks everything's coming from Castle Plunder, so he just decides to drive there, right? This is when they do this mutant rainbow beam, and then they start to micro heatwave him up in the tank, which does not sound pretty good to me.
Awful hot in here all of a sudden.
Feeling the effects of my micro heat rays, Panthro?
Can't stand it. Going to pass out.
They tried to cook him.
It's the equivalent of leaving an animal locked in a hot car, I wrote. You know, he was
it's
in
worse.
The tank.
They're heating it and heating it and heating it. They wanted to kill him basically, and once they get him inside and they're like he's still alive.
And the voice of Panthro does it fantastic as always. When he has to pass out, did you ever notice, David? He always does it like, I'm about to pass out. Like he always does this very long. I love it when he does that. He does that all the time. Getting weaker. What we have now is the smiling face of the vortex, because we check back into Wily Kit and Wily Cat, who were just holding on for dear life. What was that clown phase? Negaverse, Sailor Moon,
yes.
Queen Natalia, whatever her name is. What was that? It's living too? Again, the vortex is alive. Everything has to be alive, David?
I just found it really interesting. Like, this thing just keeps sucking in air, and it's like, this is its thing. Like,
this is its thing. It's happy about it.
It makes me happy.
It's literally like a cutout of a watermelon, like, smile, like you would think.
Well, it was evil, obviously.
It was evil and enjoying itself. So back to the honey.
You know what they say, Ryan? When you love what you do, it's not really work.
That's right, David. That's right. Like this podcast, when I'm trying to speak, it's not work at all.
You mean it's not working for you?
Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, it's not working at all. Back to the honey. Chitara is stuck in this. To me, it's horrifying. And we learn later the bee is friendly. It helps them, but...
See, I didn't remember this episode, and I was waiting for Chitara to go in there, and then all of a sudden, bees come from every different angle.
That would be horrifying. I'm okay with the one giant one, actually. You're speaking that.
Well, it's not murder hornets.
Just wait. So Tigra comes to help her at one point, and she's like, Tigra, don't come in here. And he's like, I won't.
She's like, I'm not helping you. No way.
Chitara!
Don't come any closer.
I won't. I'll get her to come to me.
David, Vultureman says, he's alive. And they take Panthro out, David, and they say, throw him in iron, Sly. Throw him in iron. They didn't give him the 4 winds treatment.
Well, maybe he wasn't into it that day.
He's just not Tigra.
Bring him here! He's alive!
Throw him in irons!
This is a classic. At 14 minutes and 19 seconds, David, I remember us laughing about this years ago. Slive out of nowhere going, I don't know what, he had a stroke at one point in this episode, and I will play the clip here, of course.
Perimeter security's been breached!
What?
Yabba dabba do.
Lion-O, this is amazing, David. This. So, Kit and Kat are rescued, and Lion-O breaks through the window of Castle Plundar with Snarf, and the kitten's in behind, shoots them with the sword. This was a great action sequence. You know, goes after the mutants, but then they go to the jail cell, and Jackalman comes out of nowhere with this sickle. He was given a masterclass.
Yeah, he upped his game.
He was twirling that sickle. It was amazing. Last ditch effort from Jackalman. So we wrap this up. Everything works out in its own way. They rescue Panthro. Tigra and Chitara get out of the honey. And then this is when we hear the moral of Tigra saying that, you know, we should have just communicated to begin with. We caused all this problem ourselves.
I think this has caused enough trouble for one day.
No, we caused most of the trouble ourselves because we didn't call for help and try to work out a plan together.
You're right. Come on. Let's go home.
ThunderCats!
What did you think about this episode, David? I really enjoyed it.
It was interesting to see the downfall of each Thundercat separately and what actually got them. I think it's out of their brand to just run off without
half-cocked.
Yeah, that was the one thing, but I guess, you know, that's part of the storyline. Wah, wah. Like, my voice just went, like, sullen and low. Wah, I don't know. Wah, wah.
I mean, you know, it can't all be winners Monday through Friday writing a cartoon every day, so.
Well, no, I have nothing against it per se, but I just, that's what I said. It lends itself to, you know, we're only as strong as our weakest chain, whatever like saying you want to say, you know what I mean? We're gonna throw a monkey wrench, no pun intended, in all of this. When the Thundercats or Lion-O goes into Castle Plundar, did you notice that Monkey just started going berserk and started shooting everything up, right?
Oh, is that why I wrote, oh my god, Monkey? And I didn't know what the hell that meant. That must have...
So Monkey goes berserk and shoots everything up like he's just on a rampage, which is that's his Achilles heel. When maybe he gets nervous, I don't know. He goes into berserko mode and destroys everything. So I had put a note that once the mutants all ran away, I would have destroyed all of Castle Plunder. I would have put in some bombs, explosives, and they would have taken them forever because the technology, they don't even have anything. I would have I'd set fire to the rain, watch it burn.
Mumm-Ra in the pyramid probably for a little while, right?
Mumm-Ra, can we stay here?
In the jewel chamber? Okay. What?
There is a deposit.
And they're all using the Cat's Lair Wi-Fi still. Hold on, let me see the password. They picking it up.
Oh, it's Chitara's. Her password is gold.
Notes and trivia. Again, thank you, Zach, for sending these. These are from Wiley Club's old ThunderCats.org reviews. For Divide and Conquer, we have an animation error early on in the episode shows Wily Cat without his wristbands, which mysteriously reappear in the very next shot. The stock footage of Lion-O looking through the Sword of Omens crossbars to call upon sight beyond sight is some of the most frequently used in the entire series. However, this episode features a rare appearance of the footage being played in reverse, with the crossbars curling back to normal once Lion-O has finished looking through them. I didn't even notice that. That's great. Which I suppose it would happen, right? They would pop back to the place they have to be. Once again, as in Return of the Driller, this episode showcases uses giant insects inhabiting Third Earth, in this case, giant bees, complete with giant beehives. Yes, has to be giant, of course. This episode marks the second appearance of the Giators, when one of their race attacks Tigra. This is the first time they've appeared since Burbles, all the way back at the start of season 1 when we started this 2 years ago. Although they also are referred to by name in The Secret of the Ice King. Oh, the land of the Giators, that's right. The tractor beam that Vultureman uses to capture the Thunder Kittens in Snarf Takes Up a Challenge makes another appearance in this episode. Only this time it's given the name when Slithe refers to it as the glide path. A lot of footage of this is from its first appearance is also reused. Although the Vortex has appeared previously in the series, notably in the Trials of Strength, this episode's give us the first look inside it, where it is shown to be a living thing. In an additional reference back to Snarf Takes Up the Challenge, at the conclusion of this episode, we see Snarf using his ability, yes, to communicate with the animals, to speak to the giant bee. Yes, we forgot to mention that, David. Chitara does say, "Thank it for us. She nearly killed me."
Whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. Dream.
You think to destroy Mumm-Ra, the ever-living? It cannot be done.
On to Dream Master, David. Episode 56 of Season 1, with the original air date of December 9th of 1985. Mumm-Ra transforms into Mumm-Ra the Dream Master. Oh, that's right, he had to give himself a new title. And summons spectral dream slaves from the Sleeping Panther, Chitara, Tigra, Wily Kit, and Wily Cat. Thus, the Dream Master defeats the dream cells of each ThunderCat in a nightmare-like battle of wills. He casts a spell, causing them to fall asleep during the real battle with the mutants. They wreck the Thunder Tank. Then, Mumm-Ra traps their dream selves in golden urns. I thought they were cheap terracotta.
They look terracotta to me.
He plans to toss the urns into the whirlpool of infinity, thus destroying the ThunderCats' real selves. But Snarf alerts Lion-O to the sword's growl. Lion-O uses the Sword of Omens to locate Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master. He has to be referred to as this? He's not just Mumm-Ra, he is the Dream Master, David.
I told you, this is Freddy Krueger. Welcome to Wonderland, Alice. Remember that scene? One of my favorite scenes in that movie. I just kept playing it over and over again.
Unfortunately, spoiler, like we mentioned earlier, Mitesh, no Wizra, no dreams, no mirrors. It's just Mumm-Ra. And he is at the cauldron, and he goes right into Mumm-Ra, the ever-living form. But then he does say, "And now I will recite my spell over and over and over."
Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, casts the dream spell.
Sleeping ThunderCat, I, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, command your dream self to appear before me! Stand, ThunderCat! I am your master now! You will do as I say!
And did you not love the warped music sounds every time?
Yes, that was...
That really added to the... He invades their dreams. He defeats their dream self. Very much a plot of Nightmare on Elm Street, because there is one where he actually keeps the kid. He doesn't kill him yet. He's luring the other kids in, and actually Nancy from the original into the dream so they can save this kid. He's kind of like essentially doing that. He's holding their essence, you know.
But you have to control them, you have to catch them or battle them first. Like Panther's like, you gotta catch me first if I'm gonna be your slave.
Very interesting concept. Thoroughly enjoyed it because it's very much Nightmare on Elm Street. And you know, I used to love, still do, Nightmare on Elm Street.
This would have been great in October. This would have been a great Halloween episode.
Did you notice that this was definitely, there was some degradation going on with the quality going on?
It wasn't just Mumm-Ra's face either.
No.
Mumm-Ra does so much to them in their beds at night that they need to, I'm sorry, they need to ask Jaga to do like a spiritual self-defense level on the spirit realm level or the dream level, because this is insane. He goes so many times into their beds, and this time, okay, it's the Dream Master self, but this happens way too often.
Well, do you remember when I said, I don't know if it would actually work because Mumm-Ra was in a spiritual form, but remember when I said they should find out to create the shield around Cat's lair at night?
Yes.
With the technology from that alien spaceship? I would have totally done that.
I wonder if he actually would have went through. That's a great point. After he comes upon Panthro, and we have this whole sequence.
Only I, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, can stop your nightmare. You cannot fight Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master.
I love the Chitara running in place. She just wakes up and her spirit's already running. That's what she does. She's running in place and her spirit.
Running and...
Sleeping Thundercat, I, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, command your dream self to appear before me.
Mumm-Ra?
There's nowhere to run, Thundercat. You cannot escape the power of the Dream Master. You have no choice but to become my slave, just like your friend Panthro. Seize her!
Correct me if I'm wrong, this is not the same order as the last time. Panthro! It's like, I swear, he goes for Panthro first, Chitara, Tigra. Oh no, he went for the Thunder Kittens the last time before Tigra, but still, he likes to go Panthro
Did you
first.
hold out hope when he attacked Tigra that Tigra would use some of his mind power that he used on Lion-O to battle him? Use She-Ra hands on your head.
You know he's got to save it up, David. It happens just that one time, and never again. He used it for the rest of his life.
Sleeping Thundercat, I, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, command your sleeping self to appear before me. Give me your weapons, Thundercat.
Never.
Giving it to the Thunder Kittens, David. Did they not fight back more than any of the Thundercats? They used the pellets. Then when they turned the pellets, he stopped the first pellets. Then Mumm-Ra turned their dinosaur pellet against them. They continued to still use pellets. Then they tried to use their lassos. Like, they actually kept going for attack. So, Thunder Kittens, I see you. And I honor you in this episode.
I speak your name.
Sleeping Thunder Kittens, I, Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master, command your dream selves to appear before me. You will obey me now and forever!
cut to next morning, David. Why is it when they wake up, they're attacked by the mutants, right? They don't remember Dream Master Mumm-Ra, available now from Mattel.
I don't know. Maybe it's just that was the spell. Maybe that's what it was meant to do. Like not them to them not to know.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I'll believe that. So Panthro and Lion-O are in the Thunder Tank at the attack. And in this very special episode of ThunderCats, Panthro falls asleep at the wheel.
Oh, and Lion-O was pissed off.
Chitara flies out and yes, David, he literally screams at him.
You fell asleep!
Panthro's like, what happened?
What happened?
You fell asleep!
My thunder tank!
You fell asleep at the wheel! And Chitara flew out because she never wears her seatbelt, David.
Chitara, ho! Ready!
She wasn't! She flew out and she like the corpse. Classic. Here we go again with moments. 13 minutes and 46 seconds. This has been I remember this 20 years ago watching this with David. Mumm-Ra at the cauldron. I heard this, David. Soon the mutants will make the ThunderCats Dave. It's a night. It's a nightmare. It's their night.
Those miserable mutants make the ThunderCats Dave. It's a nightmare. It's their night there.
Translation? This comes from Zach, too, because he says, the mutants will make the ThunderCats days as nightmarish as their nights. Ooh, I did not hear that, David.
He was feeling himself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself.
As nightmarish of their night. It's their night. I thought he meant like, it's their night. The mutants, it's their night. They're gonna
this
really
is your
do it.
night. Dancing free until the morning light.
Oh my god, I really thought that.
This is your night. Mumm-Ra's gonna be alright. Oh yeah. So in
Wait, I must recite the Dream Master lyrics in this song.
Oh, wait. Now I lay me down to sleep. The master of dreams, my soul I'll keep. In the reflection, what is it? In the reflection by my side, evil shall see itself and it shall die. Which really worked out for Mumm-Ra.
Yes, you're right. He can't see himself. Wait. Yes, Nightmare on Elm Street came out before this. Okay, so this is hysterical, Rob. This is so funny that this is happening. Yes, the reflection running from this nightmare, Chitara.
Can't sleep tonight, 'cause I gotta run, running from this nightmare to the room, but there's no one there, and I'm not there. Running from this nightmare, running from this nightmare.
Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master.
So the ThunderCats are all tired, David. I blame carbon monoxide. That's what I would first think. They're sitting at all the tables in the lair, and they're just like, I can't believe I have no...
Ryan, they don't have screens or windows on their cat's lair. The air is free flowing.
You're right, actually. So that wouldn't... All right. So no carbon monoxide.
That was a close call.
I just don't have any strength.
It took all my concentration to aim the cannon at the sky cutter.
And I fell asleep. I don't understand it.
Well, we're all exhausted. Maybe we'd better get some rest and try to figure it out in the morning. I'll take first watch.
Lion-O does sight beyond sight and sees the ThunderCats spirits outside with Mumm-Ra, and then they turn into smoke and go into little jars. I would have said, what the hell did I just see? It's like, he's sitting there and they're literally, Mumm-Ra's outside in spirit form. He sees cloudy spirits coming up to him of the ThunderCats. All of a sudden, they turn into puffs of smoke and go into little jars. Oh!
Danger! Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight!
Well, listen, if you're looking for the cookies, keep on looking because they stay in the jar.
That's right, they ain't giving it up. No midnight snacks here.
nobles of Thundera. Send your dream cells to me. Mumm-Ra, the Dream Master.
Snarf and Lion-O go to the beds of the Thundercats. He notices they're all sleeping. They won't wake up.
So spiritual Mumm-Ra starts flying away to go to the
pyramid?
No.
Oh, no, he's throwing it into the pool of infinity or something.
When I throw the Thundercats' dream cells into the whirlpool of infinity, the real Thundercats will sleep forever. Third Earth will be mine once more.
The thing is did you think that the Sword of Omens gave Lion-O the ability to see the spiritual Mumm-Ra? Because he wasn't.
Yes, David. I think that's what it was. Sight beyond sight.
Because it was like a spirit thing.
And those puffs of smoke.
The Dream Master.
He gets out and he starts blasting with the Sword of Omens, right? And then he goes, something about I control them because he kept saying they're my slaves and Mumm-Ra loves to use this. My slaves, I'm the master, I'm the Dream Master. Mumm-Ra the Dream Master trademark. Put it out there, there's a little C next to my name, copyright. Lion-O does, the call, and Mumm-Ra, he is desperate, David. He was excited before for the night. He goes, obey me! Like, he is down on his luck.
I wrote the note. He said, obey me, I am your master. But he was like, the way he said it was like desperation. Obey me, I am your master. It's very dramatic.
No! Obey me! I am your master!
Are we picking away at the levels, David? Is the depression settling in?
So Lion-O takes chase after Mumm-Ra with these vials. He gets there. Mumm-Ra basically says they will never wake up again. And of course, he uses the Sword of Omens and summons them, and they wake up.
Yes, without the spirits. And Cheetara does race, right? She's still able to super speed, which I didn't get, but...
That's Sword of Omens.
So it kind of gave them, a temporary life just to be able to try to rescue their
I really don't know. What really was the dream aspect of themselves? So is this a twofold thing? Did Mumm-Ra put a spell on them for them to sleep through this Dream Master thing, and then on top of it, he took the essence of...
Maybe, yeah. So it's like both, but then they woke up the day before. That's what I don't understand. It's
because that was the plan. That was the plan for them to wake up. He didn't steal their bodies then.
That's true. They didn't go in the little jars yet. It was all about those little jars, maybe. But Cheetara does, I love that. She runs and grabs the jars immediately. And that's when Mumm-Ra has
he throws them, and Lion-O uses the Sword of Omens to catch them each. It slides through and catches them.
That was amazing. Mumm-Ra has his breakdown. But then, David, they got the balls to say, Snarf, you want these little jars? We know you like to wash and clean everything in here. Do these. Wash these little Mumm-Ra jars. You weren't part of this today, so keep these little Mumm-Ra jars and add them to your collection. He does say they're beautiful, I think, or something like that. Oh, they're lovely.
It was giving me Charmed Avatar killer.
Yes, a little. Yes. I'm going to add this to my collection, my commemorative plates. So yeah, he takes the little olive oil jars, he adds them, and then this was hysterical though. He does do an imitation of Mumm-Ra, and they say, what would you have us do, Narf, if you controlled us? I would have said the dishes. But he says, get some sleep, Thundercats. And they couldn't fight him on that. Ha 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 ha. Thundercats. Ding.
It's all over. Mumm-Ra's spell is broken.
Huh? What are those things?
Mumm-Ra thought that if he imprisoned our dream selves in these urns,
our real selves would never wake up.
Here, since you missed all the fun, Snarf, why don't you have them? A memento.
Well, they're beautiful. Hey, does that mean I'm your master now?
I don't know, Snarf. But if you were our master, what would you command us to do?
night's rest, Thundercats.
Now that's an order I'll be happy to obey.
Tambourine hands, tambourine hands. Okay, David. Trivia. Slithe and Jackalman are the only two mutants who appear in this episode. Despite being present in the episode, Snarf plays no significant role. Neither is he bewitched by Mumm-Ra, nor does he partake in the final battle. But he was still able to get presence. This was production staff member Heather Winter's first ever script on ThunderCats. She also still has a Xerox copy of her paycheck from Rankin Bass.
Oh, that's cool.
Which was really cute. I would have done that too, David.
You mean like when we get money for this podcast?
Frame that first
For
dollar.
50 cents a day, you can get Ryan to go to school to understand the English language.
For just $2 a day. Okay, we have one more thing to take care of, David. That is, of course, who is the biggest bungler?
Dun dun dun.
Bunglers, you bungler! Once again, you have failed.
You bungled it.
Before we get into this, David, I have two bungler watches. Recently, I sent you a clip of Michael Crawford from Grease 2, random episode of Murder, She Wrote that just happened to play after something went off. And he says bunglers.
Love it.
Since you bungled that business in Madrid last year?
We also have a clip from Skeletor, which was recently used in our Masters of the Universe movie episode from the cartoon, though, where I found him saying, bunglers!
Don'ts, half-wits, bunglers!
So now we have another part of our collection. Thank you, Skeletor. Thank you, Michael Crawford, and your hair.
Your coif.
Oh my god, that's a throwback. Listen to Grease 2 episode available on Apple, Spotify, Google, the Play Store, everywhere. David, who bungled it for you? I know we mentioned all of the Thundercats, but I want you to keep in mind that Lion-O did not warn Panthro on his way to get his voice communicator.
I'm gonna say that Lion-O, I kind of played back and forth, but they all bungled, but ultimately Lion-O could have met up with Panthro, maybe, if he had just warned him. So, but then again, he didn't know what was going on, who he could communicate with at that point. But
who is real and who is fake?
Well, he knew from the Sword of Omen, so obviously warning him that Panthro was not in danger at that moment. So I guess he's the biggest bungler. I'll go with that for sure. So, final answer. Final answer.
That's what I would go with. Now in the Dream Master, I guess I would say Mumm-Ra, David, only because he should have bewitched Lion-O.
Let's make it a little more interesting. I think we're all going to agree that, although special shout out to Monkey for destroying half of Castle Blundar's control tower there, or whatever, the control room, as a big bungle. What part of Mumm-Ra's plan for you was the biggest bungle? How about that? As opposed to, we know we're going to pick
That was great.
Mumm-Ra.
Great. Maybe that's what we should do when we know it's Mumm-Ra. I think it's the part that he didn't bewitch Lion-O as well with the Dream Master spell. Because if he had made everyone sleep, including Snarf, then he would have had all the jars, the complete collection of spirits.
So for me, I'm going to say that Mumm-Ra really wants to defeat Lion-O straight out. And I think that's the reason why. In his mind, the only reason why he has not won is because he has all that damn backup all the time. And I think that's why he... truthfully, I think that he is justifying his failures because of many reasons, but one of them is because he has all the extra help and backup from the Thundercats. So I think that's why he wanted to defeat him. All of your friends are sleeping. They can't help you. Now who are you going to call?
Who are you going to call?
So I think that's the reason why he did it. Plus, he just loves that. He just loves it. I'm going to say that, and I thought about this while I was watching the episode. For me, the biggest bungle is Mumm-Ra thinking that he could defeat the Sword of Omen summoning the Thundercats.
That's perfect. Because he was like, no, you can't do that.
He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips, as they used to say.
He is crusty.
And so I think his biggest bungle was thinking that his Dream Master magic was going to be more powerful than the ThunderCats crystal meth amphetamine
energy drink,
and sword jolt.
You know what? Here. I also have to add myself into this list for everything, all the bungles.
Various reasons.
Various reasons.
Why don't you make your own shirt with you as the bungler? Maybe people can. Well, they'll say you can't use this image, even though it's yourself.
That's actually a great idea, David. So we are wrapping up the summer officially, David. ThunderCats fans, you get a bonus episode at the end of September that the regular show doesn't even get. So that's something to look forward to. And like we mentioned, we will have our special guest, Zach, to discuss the 2 episodes which are coming up, and also just ThunderCats in general. He is a huge ThunderCats fan. He has contributed to the ThunderCats fandom for so many years. So we are excited to have him on. David, your takeaways to the Bunglers from these 2 episodes.
This is typical life on Third Earth with Mumm-Ra. You know, he dips in and then he dips out.
He gives you one in and one out, right?
I think the biggest bungle of all is the fact that, in generally speaking, if I'm going to get very deep about this, is because they continue to do the same things over and over again and thinking they're going to get a different outcome from it.
Yes.
Like the mutants, even though the mutants are very volatile in many ways and they have power in numbers, they still are not 100% for each other. They will turn on each other on a dime. And I think that also contributes to the inner problem. Like going back to the first episode that we just talked about, Divide and Conquer, that proves, if you're smart enough, that proves to the mutants that they also need to stick together and not be everybody for themselves. So that's their Achilles heel. So that's one thing. Mumm-Ra making things so personal and enjoying the game a little bit too much, because I actually feel like he extends this out. As much as he wants them quote unquote dead and gone and he wants to rest, this gives his afterlife some meaning. And I think that no matter what, he's always does this wannabe cat and mouse game with them. So I think that's always is. I think that he gets moments where he's more frustrated with them in the situation, and other times he's enjoying getting out of the house. For him it's like it's been like 2020 COVID for the last 10,000 years or whatever it is, millennia. So yeah, that's why he talks to himself.
And the fact that he got so much joy out of doing the whole dream saucer. I will now recite the dream sorcerer spell. Yeah, drama. The drama of Mumm-Ra. The drama.
I will now add paprika to the dish, but only a pinch. And please preheat the oven to 350. He's like very...
The sands of sleep. The superpower potion. Expired.
Toot and tiny. No, Toot
and Tiny's was the best. So, Toot and Tiny, our bunglers, thank you again for listening to our episode this week. Please catch up over the summer for any episodes you might have missed. If you're new listeners, if you're just coming into this, God help you if this was your first episode into the podcast. And David, we always have to thank our lovely listeners, lovely Leah, Matesh, and now family, and Belle, Zach, of course, Craig, one of our originals, and all our new listeners that we have picked up over the last few months. We are so thankful for you. So thankful. And we're excited to have more ThunderCats action in September.
Yes, we are. And we will still be recording behind the scenes for your pleasure.
I just actually realized it's September already. Basically, it's here.
We got like 10 days.
So, yes, for your pleasure, David. Should we sum it up as always?
I say go for it.
ThunderCats, ho.
Who you calling a hoe?
Those miserable mutants make the ThunderCats days as a nightmare as their night there.